I walked for Versace, and you have to be curvy for him, and Gucci didn't like the way I walked, and then Missoni wants you ethnic, and I'm not that. But Armani, he likes the really thin, tall, thin blondes, and so I was his type. Among all these thousands of girls, he chose like 30 girls, and I was chosen to be one of them. And I thought, oh, this is it. I'm going to do the runway, and I'm going to be on the stage, and this is the top of the top. This is Giorgio Armani, this is Milan.
It seemed like a dream come true, but becoming a top fashion model wasn't what Jennifer Strickland thought it would be.
The glamour didn't satisfy, the position didn't satisfy, the magazines didn't satisfy, the runway didn't satisfy, now the money didn't satisfy, and it was just, I was actually just emptier and emptier and emptier.
Jen's modeling career began when she was 8 years old.
My mother was worried about me being very tall and not being able to stand up straight and be very coordinated, and so she enrolled me in a little local modeling school. It kind of became my own little world where I could shine and I could do something that, kind of earned me approval and applause.
At 17, she met with one of the top modeling agents in the country.
I signed with Ford New York, and they hooked me up with Fashion Milan, which is a big modeling agent over there.
Jen graced runways and magazine covers, even appearing in TV commercials. Offers poured into her agency. On the outside, life seemed perfect.
They're flying me all over the place, all over the world, going from studio to studio, doing all these jobs, and it's kind of like if Armani wants you, then everyone wants you, and so I had this really fast-paced lifestyle. I was doing a lot of drugs, I was starving myself, I was extremely lonely. I missed being around people who loved me for more than what I looked like. I think that drugs became my way of escape. There were so many ugly things going on behind the scenes of the modeling industry, and I just buried it. And I think the reason why is because I wanted my family at home to be proud of me. They were so proud of me, and I wanted them to believe, I think, the illusion that what they saw in the magazines was real, that if I looked happy, I was happy. If I looked at peace, I was at peace. But the truth is that wasn't what it was like behind the scenes, that I got really good at wearing the mask.
When Jen went home for the holidays, her parents saw through the mask.
My parents were really worried about me, and they're feeding me and feeding me and feeding me, and I gained like 4 pounds, and then I went back, and Armani, put his hands around my waist when I was standing on the runway, and he could feel those 4 pounds. He just kicked me right off his stage, and I wasn't beautiful anymore to him or perfect, and so that he didn't have any need of me. Well, then all the other clients began to do the same thing. See, if Armani doesn't want you, then nobody wants you, then you're not useful to them anymore. That left me sort of shattered inside, because I was I was like this little girl that just wanted, approval. Just wanted people my parents to be proud of me, and it was very, it just hurt. It hurt that little girl inside of me that wanted love.
Confused and depressed, Jen began looking for work in Germany.
I would sleep really long hours and drink too much and smoke too much, and I attempted to kill myself. I tried to do it, and then I thought of the people that, at home who did love me, and so I didn't do it.
That's when Jen's life began to turn around. An evangelist on the street handed her a Bible.
I sat down and began to read it, and I remember it talking about the wide and the narrow road, and it was like the narrow road is hard and few find it, but it leads to life. And then there's the wide road, and everybody finds it, but it leads to destruction. And I remember knowing, like, I read that and I thought, I am on the wide road. Like, I knew I was on the wide road, but I didn't really know how to get off the wide road. Because it was the only road I ever knew. This is the first time I had ever read the gospel message, really, in my life. I had no idea what Christ had done for me on the cross. I had no idea what the Holy Spirit was. I had no idea who Jesus was. I knew nothing.
Then, on her way to a job, a conversation with a stranger changed Jen's course. and led her to discover what she was always longing for.
You could see my little mini skirt, my portfolio and everything. He goes, "Oh no, my dear, you are not modeling here, are you?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I am." And he says, "My dear, you cannot sell your face. You cannot sell beauty. Turn around now, go back the way you came. Go home." And I was like, okay. And so I just turned around. Because honestly, no one in my life had ever said to me, "You can't put a price on beauty. You can't sell your face. You can't sell beauty." All my life I was told I could. I was told I should. And so it freed me. And I left. I never took another picture for money again.
Before leaving, Jen decided to climb the highest mountain in Munich.
In Germany, there are actually crosses on the trees with Christ on the cross, nailed to the trees in the woods. And so as I was climbing this mountain, it was like he was at every single turn, just Christ on the cross. You know, I died for you. You know, my broken body makes you whole. You know, my blood makes you clean. I remember laying down in the snow and just going, "I believe now. I believe in you. I know you see me." Because I think I felt like no one saw me. You know, that they only saw the outside, they only saw the pictures, but no one really saw me. And he saw me, God saw me, and I knew he saw me. I accepted Jesus into my heart, and it was like I played like a little girl, and I truly felt that I had been given a new life.
Jen returned home. Now she's a wife and mother who travels the country speaking to women and young girls.
There's like an identity crisis going on with the women. They think, "Oh, I have to get Botox and I have to get plastic surgery and I have to look a certain way." And God is up there going, "I'm the potter and you're the pot, and I made you like this, and I love you like this, and I want to fill you with my perfect beauty, but honey, you're never going to be perfect. You're never going to find perfect on earth. You're never going to. Only perfect is God." And I think discovering a God who loved me for so much more than just my outward appearance just absolutely freed me